Sweetface, baby.
Yeah, this thing called life doesn't come with a manual. It doesn't come with a way to go. Yeah, instructions not included. Stay tuned, any topics we discuss where you can use it. Yeah, this thing called life doesn't come with a way to go. It doesn't come with a manual. Yeah, you can search, I swear it ain't nothing like Jay-Z, the blueprint. Ooh, now let me make one.
Instructions not included, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ooh, Virtual Friday.
Hey, y'all.
What's up?
Welcome back. We're back for Instruction Not Included. My name is Aisha. I'm here with my husband, co-host, and everything in parenting, Claude. Today, we're going to talk about managing postpartum emotions and mental health.
Yes. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Hey, this is such a vital conversation because postpartum emotions can be overwhelming and they don't always, get the attention that they deserve. There I go messing with my headphones again. And I've been doing this for a minute now. I said it on the last one. I'm having some postpartum. No, I'm playing. It's nothing to joke about, but I am having some issues with these headphones. And I know y'all probably saying, well, just buy some more headphones. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking for a sponsor. There's a sponsor out there that want to get us real good headphones, nice headset, so I can stop doing this all the time. Be extremely grateful. But anyway, because I got it. I got it. We're good. We're good. But back to postpartum emotions. Look, they can be very overwhelming for both parts.
Mm-hmm.
They don't always get the attention they deserve. So we're going to talk about Aisha's personal experience and what helped her through it, what helped me through it. And we're also going to share some tips to anyone going through the same thing.
Yeah, that's right. I battled postpartum depression with my my second and third pregnancies. My first, I had a little bit of baby blues. We'll talk about that later. So yes, for the second and third pregnancy, I know firsthand how heavy it can feel. Um, but it's very important to know that you need to talk to somebody. So let's get into it and hopefully we can provide some support and encouragement for everyone who needs it.
That's right. So tell us a little bit, baby.
About the postpartum depression.
Yeah, I know it's a deep topic, but let's get into it a little bit so our listeners um can get your perspective on things, right? Um because look, I want you to share a little bit about your experiences. The main thing is if they're able to see that they're not alone, with this postpartum depression. So after, I know you mentioned your second and third daughters.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
want you to give our listeners a little bit of what you experienced during that time when our daughters were born.
Yes, for the second pregnancy, it really hit me hard. Postpartum did. It was tough. I felt overwhelmed, sadness, guilt, all at the same time. It was very confusing. I felt like I wasn't doing enough as a mom, but I was expected to do everything. I thought I wasn't doing anything right. I was doing everything the best I could. It was so confusing. Because at the same time I love my baby so much, but I felt so lost and isolated. But being that my husband, this was his first biological daughter, um, he was able to come in and help me with the postpartum depression. And honestly, it had been about 7 years between our daughters, the oldest one and the middle baby at that time, which was the baby. And it felt like an emotional roller coaster. I just was not prepared for it at all.
Look, I remember that. I remember it was hard seeing you go through it. Um, but all I could do was recognize the signs and pretty much just tell you what I was seeing.
Yeah, honestly, the support that you gave me, it really made a difference. You didn't judge me, but tried to fix everything. And it was very sweet of you to try to fix everything, but it was just so tough on me. Um, and you were just looking out for my well-being. You listened to me, you reminded me that I wasn't alone. Although with all the emotions, sometimes I felt like I wasn't the nicest and kindest wife to you. I mean, it was emotional. But, when our third daughter was born, you were able to kind of pick up on things and just kind of step right in and do the things that you needed to do to help me. And you really took an important role. Not saying you didn't do that with the second daughter, but with the third daughter, I was able to breathe and relax a little bit more. And I think that was because she was solely a bottle fed baby. You were able to spend time with her, and it was truly great. And I've told you that a million times, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
Thank you for helping me through that period because with the third one, it was really postpartum depression. So, and honestly, I'm very thankful and grateful for you.
Well, thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Look, looking back, um, I remember a lot of that. A lot of the emotions, back and forth. It was, I think it was scary for me too. With that being my first child, and then going into my second child, and I think we got a little more seasoned, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it was scary. Um, but just looking back, what would you say were some of the biggest things that helped you during these emotional times?
I think the first thing is to was being able to talk to you about it, right?
Okay.
That was the first thing. And if you don't have a spouse to talk to a doctor, find a friend. Sometimes just saying it out loud takes the burden off of you, takes the weight off of you. Second would be, which is very important, is to realize that you're not perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Allow yourself to sit in that space of being imperfect, right? And third is taking some time for self-care. Take a shower for 10 minutes, by yourself. Stepping outside, getting some fresh air. Those things are very important when you're going through the postpartum depression. Those are the things that I would recommend.
Got you. Let's talk a little bit about postpartum depression and other postpartum emotions. Let's talk about what they can look like. So, Bay, um, what do you think people should know? As far as, I mean, I know you gave us some tips, but what do you think people should know, what to as far as what to look for when it comes to those emotions?
Well, first, it's important to know that postpartum depression is more than just baby blues. While the baby blues are common, they usually go away in the first couple weeks of postpartum. First couple weeks, postpartum depression is deeper and lasts longer. It can include feelings of sadness, anxiety,
Mhm.
irritability, and even difficulty bonding with your baby.
And look, fellas, I just want to say it's not just the moms, okay? Um, we experience this as well, right? Dads and partners can also feel overwhelmed, and struggle with their mental health after a baby is born. No matter how many kids you have, if you're active in their life, it's life changing for you too. So just know that you're not alone, as especially when your partner's going through it, you're going through it. I know I went through a stage of where it was like, man, I felt like I had the baby. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Okay.
because it was new. It was a change in the environment. I mean, no matter how much you prep yourself, thinking, I'm gonna be good when the baby get here. I can't wait till the baby's here. Um,
Sorry.
it's all about that change of environment. And once that happens and you're in the thick of things, it can be a little it can be a little, a little scary, and you can start experiencing some of those same symptoms. I
Mhm.
also feel like we were connected. So a lot of the times that even when you got sick, I would feel sick.
Right,
That
right.
morning sickness, I would feel some of it. Um when after after the baby was born and some of the emotions you may have carried, I felt it. You didn't have to say things to me, or did you didn't have to really even do things that will make me feel that way. It's just that I kind of feel like that connection.
Right.
So,
We
uh,
fed off of each other. We could feel each other's emotions. I that's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even if we're not like around each other at the time, like if I'm at work, she's at work, or whatever, or she's at home, I'm at work, whatever, you can still, it's something about that bond. And especially when you have that little one, that baby feels those emotions too. So
Mhm.
keep that in mind too. You're going through it, your partner's going through it, the baby may be going through it. Baby may be crying. The baby, you trying to figure out everything. So look, I just want to tell you, as far as the dads, hey, don't exclude yourself, okay, from those emotions. Embrace it, understand it, but know that your partner is the one who just pushed your baby out. So do what you can to step up and be there for her.
This is true. It can be a whole family adjustment. While postpartum depression gets a lot of attention, there are other postpartum anxieties, or feeling worry, nervous, or uneasy. Um, OCD is another one, obsessive compulsive disorder,
Hmm.
with excessive thought of a repetition of things, a repetition in behavior. That's the OCD. And then another one is postpartum psychosis. This is a rare and serious health emergency condition. It is characterized by an onset of psychotic symptoms that can cause extreme confusion and loss of touch of reality. So you lose the reality around you. You don't really understand or what's going on. So that's important. You need to seek help immediately for that. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone for help.
What are some signs that someone might need to reach out for support?
The persistent feeling of sad, hopeless, or being very anxious. If you're feeling those, if you're having trouble sleeping, especially when the baby's sleeping, scary thoughts of harming yourself or the baby,
Mm.
please seek some help.
Look, yeah, hey, look, there's no shame. There's no shame in asking for help. So it's best that you seek help when you start feeling those emotions, right? It's a lot of weight on your shoulder, whether it's your first baby or whether it's your fifth baby. Each baby is different, each pregnancy is different. So if you start feeling a certain way, it's important to have, if you have someone to talk to them. If you don't have anyone to talk to, find someone, okay? Find someone to get some of that weight off your shoulders. Find someone to be able to um just relieve some of that. Okay. Um, Babe, what actually, talking about these different strategies of managing postpartum emotions, what were
Mhm.
some of the things that actually worked for you?
You
Okay, like to hear that.
having you, a supportive partner, but also our friends, our family. We build a support network. So that really helped us. You can also reach out to a doctor. They can help you. They can lead you to other groups. Um, just just knowing I had somebody to lean on made a huge difference.
That's a great point. And for partners, I'd say be proactive in offering support. Don't wait
Yeah,
until your spouse asks you to step in. Help with feedings, help with diaper changing, or just giving them a break to rest.
absolutely. Another thing that helped was finding small ways to take care of myself. Yeah.
Right, right, right.
It could be something as simple as taking a walk, journaling, or enjoying a cup of tea without any interruptions. Those little moments of self care can really add up.
And fellas, draw the bath. You know what I'm saying? Do those things that may not be expected, but a nice warm bath for your partner, it goes a long way. A massage here and there goes a long way.
especially your feet and ankles. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
So
now, now, fellas, I know we talked about it before about when she's pregnant, rubbing her feet. You know, she's carrying that weight around a lot, so you want to be there to do those things during the pregnancy, but even after the pregnancy, right? Even after the baby is there, I know there's a lot of tension that goes towards the baby, but guys, do what you can. Remember that your spouse or your partner, your significant other, the one who pushed the baby out went through a lot. So even though that the baby's there and you still have a lot on your plate, whether you're working full time, working two jobs, whatever it takes, don't forget about your other half, right? Y'all in this together as a team, it's a partnership. So um remember them. And same it goes the same way. Okay. For the ladies, I asked you the same of the same things. I know when we were going through that process, um a lot of the attention was going towards our kids, but you helped me not feel alone by acknowledging that I was still there. So for the ladies,
that's
I
good.
get it. You just have, you guys just had a baby together. Okay. You pushed the baby out, but you both are probably feeling some sort of anxiety, some stress. But the man, your partner, he doesn't want to feel alone either. All right. Sometimes we kind of when the baby gets all the attention, it's kind of like that can cause that some of that depression on our
A
end
riff.
as well, because we've lost some things. Um, like even when you were breastfeeding, I'm like, yo, that's mine. I lost something. You know what I'm saying? You got to share, little baby. Right, raise up. No, but
She
still.
wasn't having it either.
but,
Nope.
wasn't having it. But it's just that attention. We yearn for that attention as well.
Hmm.
Um and it helps when your wife, your spouse, your partner, your other half is actually showing you that you're still there, that you exist.
And
So
and that's a lot of work, ladies. I get it, but you didn't get the baby by yourself, right?
right, facts.
So you still have to give him some attention. And it's tough because, like I said before, you have the feeling of I'm expected to do everything. And then not only expected to do everything, but to do it right. So take some of that weight off of you. No, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just give him some attention, give baby attention, of course. And it makes the house run smoother, right?
Teamwork,
Yeah,
and let's not forget, like we said before, professional help,
correct.
therapy, counseling. Look, it can be a game changer, and there's no shame in seeking it out at all. Okay. Sometimes just talking to someone who understands makes all the difference. Sometimes it could be a friend or family, but the professional help that's out there, look, don't overlook that. Okay.
Yeah. If you're struggling with postpartum depression or other postpartum emotions, there are resources out there that can help. The National Mental Health Hotline
Yes.
is available 24/7 and provides free, did you hear that?
All right.
Free confidential support. You can text or call 1-833 TLC
Tender love and care,
MAMA.
mama.
That's 1-800 that's 1-833-852
6262.
6262. They also have interpreters in over 60 different languages.
For immediate crisis situations, you can also contact the 988 Suicide or Crisis Lifeline by dialing or texting 988 or using other online chats. If you're in danger of harm to yourself or others, then bypass that. Just call 911.
Yes, please. In addition, Postpartum Support International, which is PSI, offers a variety of resources, including a helpline, local support groups, a directory of prenatal mental health professionals, and even a peer mentor group. It's not a crisis line, but they provide amazing support.
And once again, I mean, we've said it on previous of our lives and sessions before. We are simply parents, right? We're
Correct.
not here to offer, and this is just a quick disclaimer, we're not here to offer any medical or professional help. We're not experts in this. Like I said before, the title of the show is what? Instructions
Instructions
not
not included.
included. But we're just giving some tidbits just because we are parents, we're grandparents at this point. We've been
Hey,
through that,
yeah.
what some of you guys are experiencing. So, like I said before, especially if you're feeling a certain way deep down inside, whether it's harming yourself, the baby, or someone else, don't underestimate the power of reaching out to somebody as well as support groups, because connecting with other parents who understand what you're going through
Mm-hmm.
can make a big difference too. Look, it's all about building that community. Remember, you're not alone in this.
That's it.
Even if you got to call here and talk to us, we're here. We like I said, we're not here to give any legal advice or medical advice or anything like that. But if you need a shoulder, if you're going through something, you just need to talk to somebody. Look, we're part of that support group as well. There's help out there. If it's not here, it's Facebook, tons of other groups out there that are willing to offer that support, mom and dad groups. Um, just know that you're not alone. All right. Remember, you're doing an amazing job. So just show up for your baby and yourself.
You're doing amazing. Even the days when you don't feel like it, give yourself grace,
Mhm.
one step at a time.
Yes.
And don't hesitate, once again, to contact those support groups. They can help you.
Look, if you found this episode helpful, we'd love for you to share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, do all of that good stuff. Definitely shares, like I said before, but hit that notification bell so you'll never miss an episode. Okay.
You can also connect with us on social media and join the conversation on YouTube,
Yep.
Facebook, and Instagram at Sweetface Scans and at INI.Parenting Podcast. Let us know your thoughts. Share your story or just to say hi. We're here to support you.
Yes, indeed. And make sure to join us next week for another episode of Instructions Not Included, Toddler Tantrums. All right. These are strategies for dealing with those meltdowns because,
Tough.
it could be pretty tough. It
Yes.
could be to, an extreme, but that's, we're going to give you some of those strategies. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Instructions Not Included. Next time, take care of yourself and remember, you're not alone in this journey.
So we'll see you next week. And as always, keep doing your best. That's all your baby needs. Bye for now. Sweetface, baby.
Yeah, this thing called life doesn't come with a manual. It doesn't come with a way to go. Yeah, instructions not included. Stay tuned in these topics we discuss where you can use it. Yeah, this thing called life doesn't come with a way to go. It doesn't come with a manual. Yeah, you can search, I swear it ain't now like Jay-Z, the blueprint. Ooh, now let me make one.
Instructions not included, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Full Circle Friday.